I don't want to feel like I wasted my money. Hey kitties, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Marilyn, and I'm bringing you all things beauty, fashion, lifestyle, a little bit of fragrance. So if you like that kind of stuff, why aren't you subscribed yet? When's the move-in date? Because clearly I have what you want. Come on. Okay, so today we're doing a review video. I have the new Kosas Cloud Set Translucent Setting and Blurring Powder. This particular powder comes in 4 different shades. The shade that I got, I think it's 4. The shade that I have is Translucent Peachy, which is a ultra sheer peach powder. Okay, now I haven't used this powder on my face yet, but I did open the package and sort of test it out just to feel the texture of it. And I noticed something that I'm not sure if I'm going to like or not on my face, but it does have like a pearl sort of finish. Now, when it comes to setting powders under the eye, I prefer mine to be flat and matte in the, you know what I'm saying, in the center portion of my face. My skin type is oily, so I tend to love products that are mattifying, specifically in the center part of the face, okay, which is where I'm going to put this powder. So right now, this product is starting with a negative score because I don't know how I feel about that pearl finish, but I may be pleasantly surprised. So I want to save me trying it on my face for the video. So we'll see how it goes. Now, when it comes to what the product sort of claims, it says here that it's a talc-free, featherweight, loose powder that melts into the skin to blur, sweep away shine, not glow, and effortlessly layer to bake and set without cakiness. Which is okay, which is what we want. We don't want to be cakey. We want to blur. We still want to glow, so we'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and, of course, finish the rest of my makeup because right now I have on my base. I'm wearing the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Powder. I have 2 different shades on. I have the majority or the center of my face, I have on shade 9. And on the outer perimeter of my face, I have the shade 10, which is a darker shade. All right, so these are the 2 shades that I have on my face right now. I don't know if you can see in the middle there, I'm hitting pan, and I don't hit pan on anything. I never hit pan. Barely ever hit pan, okay? The only thing I really finish are lip glosses. Everything else, it takes forever to finish because I have, you know, so many different products to use, but this says a lot. The review isn't about this, but you still need to know about Danessa if you don't already know, okay? Okay, so this is a great formula for oily to combination skin. Dry skin, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oily skin, yes girl, put it in the cart. Anyway, let's move on to why we're really here. This is the package of the Kosas powder. This retails for $38. It's very comparable as far as the packaging goes to the One Size powder. You know, they look very, very similar to me. This is just a frosted container, but they kind of look like they were made in the same lab or manufacturer or whatever. So yeah, so that's the similarities as far as that goes. I love the One Size powder. It blurs, it mattifies, and it just makes you look really flawless under the eye, which is what I prefer in a powder. So the top of it is also similar. It has the sifter that you just lift up. So I just typically lift that and then shake it into the top, which we're gonna do, but first I'm gonna finish up my makeup. I'm gonna do my concealer and all of that, which I will speed through because that's not really why you're here. But I do want you to see the makeup and then see how the powder sits on top of it and just the entire look so we can get a good review because I gotta pay attention because of what I felt. So I just shook some of the powder onto my hands. You can see here. And I just want to blend it in on top of my hand so you guys can see. It blends in really effortlessly. It's extremely soft to the touch. Like when you put this on your skin, it feels extremely soft. And I just blended it out here and you can barely really see anything. So it looks okay on my hand. It just has that little bit of sheen or pearl finish that I don't know. All right, Kitty, so now it's time to add the powder. I'm just gonna tap some off into the cap. All right, I'm gonna use a puff, and first I'm gonna do a light, like a really light layer, just to set the concealer. All right, so that is the first light layer. And it's something about having that pearl finish in the center of my face that I don't like, especially if you have oily skin. You typically like this area of your face to be mattified if you do normally get oily in the T-zone. And for me, it kind of blurs the under eye, but it's like it blurs it, but where the pearl finish is, it sort of emphasizes my pores, in my opinion. I don't know. It's almost like it's blurring it and highlighting it at the same time. I don't even understand. Let me do the other side. I don't want to feel like I wasted my money. But then again, I can bring it back if that's the case. But we'll see. The verdict is literally still out. See, I don't get that feeling I get when normally when you use setting powder, it really just snatches you up and it just brings the look to life. And I typically love that step. And right now I'm just a little like, it's cute, but is it better than having a powder that completely mattifies and blurs your under eye and make it look flawless? Okay, let's go on the forehead. Let's put some on the forehead.
Oh my God, what is that?
Now, the powder is very lightweight. It is very sheer. It's a natural powder. I feel like on certain makeup days, this would be a nice powder, especially if you don't want to look too glam and you want to have some radiance to your skin also while mattifying it. This would be a good powder. I think it kind of boils down to preference. I'm a little afraid to bake with this powder because of the pearl finish. I feel like it would emphasize my pores if I bake with it. But since it is a review video, I think I might have to bake with it, right? But the thing is, I have somewhere to go. But it's a review video. Let me bake, y'all. Because that's why you're here. You need to see every facet of this product. You need to see what it can do, what it cannot do, how you can use it, how you maybe won't be able to use it. All right, so now let's bake with a heavier layer. I'm gonna let that sit. I'm gonna let it sit a little bit while I finish the rest of my makeup, and then we'll come back and we'll chit chat about it, okay? Because I don't know, I have something to say. Okay, kitties, I'm back and my makeup is complete and I've set it. I've let the powder sort of sit into my skin for just a few minutes and my makeup looks pretty. I really do like the way I look for the most part, but this particular powder for me and my skin type and what I prefer is not really, it's a little bit disappointing for me. Okay, now this powder may be great for someone who has dry skin. I would say dry, non-textured skin, because if you have very textured skin, I feel like the pearl finish in this powder almost emphasizes those pores or whatever you have going on around the T-zone area. I don't know if you guys can see. I don't know if it's going to pick up in the camera, but I have large pores here, and I feel like when I use my other powders, it mattifies that and blurs it, makes it look almost flawless. This particular powder brings attention to it to me. Like when I look in the mirror, I see it more than I normally would see it if I had set with a different powder, a more mattifying powder. So this for me, I don't really like it. I think this powder is meant for someone that wants to have glowy makeup, but they want to be able to set their concealer so it sets and stays in place. However, they want to continue to have that glowy finish all over the face. I like a glowy finish only around like the perimeter, like not the perimeter, but like near the cheekbone area, the highlighting points where sunlight normally hits your face. That's where I would prefer this sort of formula. Like I would love this formula in a blush. Like if they have this in a blush, it would be perfect because you want a little bit of glow on the sides of your cheek. I do not want the glow here, especially if I have oily skin and it's oily in the T-zones. I'm gonna get glowy there all by myself, baby. I don't need help. The powder is extremely lightweight. It is very sheer. It sets very natural. It isn't really as opaque and thick as the One Size powder, but I prefer that because the reason for my setting powder is to set my concealer, but it is also to add coverage and add a flawless matte finish because my skin is oily. I like to target the matte finish right here in this area, and I leave the glow to the outsides of my face, like the perimeter. Like that part can be glowy, it's all good. Okay, so if this was a blush formula, I would love it, but because of it's under the eye, I don't really prefer it for myself, although it's a great formula. Like I said, it would be great for someone who has dry skin, who likes to add glow because their skin is normally dry. And if your skin is dry without texture, I just feel like with texture, I know it says it blurs, but for me, it's emphasizing it. Okay, and I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, it's just standing out to me. I don't even have to lean close into the mirror to see it. I can see my pores from here. I don't like that. I don't like that. So this didn't really work out for me. Now, this cost $38, okay? So if you have oily skin and you have some texture here, you might not like this, friend. Okay, you might not like this. Take my word for it, you might not like it. Okay, I'm not even a hard critic. So what I'm going to do moving forward is to take this and slide it back in the box and hand it back to Sephora where it came from because I have no need for it. I'm not going to waste my money. It's going back. It's cute, but it's not for my skin type at all. I have several other powders in my powder drawer that does a better job, so why should I sit on $38? And this one doesn't do what I need it to do. Like, it's a great powder, not for oily textured skin. Absolutely no. Unless you like it to look glowy all over. I love a good glow, but just not in this area. Like, I don't want the glow right here. Give me the glow here, give me the glow here. It can even be a little on my forehead. The center of my face, why would I want that? All right, so for me, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give this powder a 6 because it is lightweight. It does feel very smooth on the skin. It does not really settle into fine lines, but it lost the points for the reasons that I just mentioned, okay? It's because it highlights my pores, it brings attention to it, and it has a pearl finish that I do not prefer on my oily skin type with texture, okay? If you're opposite of that, you might love the powder, girl. You should go and get it. All right, kitty, so if you enjoyed that review, of course, thumbs up the video. If you have any comments about this product or any questions about it, leave it in the comments below. If you have it, I really wanna know what you think about it, okay? Because for me, it's a no, and I love a good powder, but this one is going back to Sephora because why would I? All right, kitties, thank you so much for watching. Bye.